Hi there, and welcome to my channel. I'm Liz, and today I wanted to give you my review from someone who has bleached, damaged, naturally curly / frizzy hair on the Dyson Airstrait. And initially I debated whether to do this video or not because my hair has kind of been the bane of my existence. When I was 18 and under, I actually had no color ever, no hot tools. I had really long curly hair. And then as soon as I could make my own choices and pay for my own things, I started bleaching my hair. So my hair has been in some form of bleach for over 20 years. And so, I've had children, I am older, so I do have thinner, my hair person tells me I have thin hair, but a lot of it. I don't think I have a lot of hair, but it is getting better. So I've been, researching and learning about proper hair care. So in the past, I've gone through, bleaching my hair at home alone, probably 15 different hairstylists, bleach, and all kinds of issues with everything that entails. And so my hair is drier, and then to top it all off, so I'm a bleaching addict and also a hot tools addict. So as I mentioned, I have naturally curly hair, which is more on the frizzy side now. I've lost my curl from all the years of damage and just not taking care of it. I did my best, but I just didn't really know and had a lot of other things on my plate, and really kind of like a lot of women, my personal care kind of went bottom of the list. And so for years and years, I actually would just flat iron my hair. Now I knew it was bad, so I would try to do it not that often. I do a lot of, buns and clipping up my hair, and I still do that. Since starting YouTube, only 2 months ago, I started more researching how to care for my hair, and really only I think 2 or 3 weeks ago I found Chris, the blowout professional. I'll link his channel below, and it just blew my mind. I actually didn't know how bad flat irons were, and that you should dry from wet. And these are things maybe a lot of people know, especially if you grew up watching, hair videos and things like that. But for me, that was not common knowledge. I didn't know that. So I would actually let my hair air dry and then straighten it because I thought that was less heat. But so then I switched to a blow dryer and round brush, but that is very difficult and tiring and hard to do on yourself, and hard if you're not really used to that, and I think time consuming too. And I'd have big puffy rolls and things that I'd have to just flat iron out after. And then more recently, I found the Revlon, blow dryer round brush, and that has been great. I actually only purchased that about a month ago, and I did buy the Revlon round brush and then the fancier one. I'll insert the pictures here. I actually returned the other one because I didn't think it worked as good as the Revlon one. So I've been using that. So I've been following Chris's recommendations on how to wash and condition and heat protect and the oil and all of that stuff, I think 2 weeks now. So my hair is still damaged, but I'm gonna get there. It's doing so much better. I mean, compared to how it was just a month ago. So I have been loving the Revlon round brush. And then I saw the Dyson Airstrait on Lisa's channel, and that was the first time I'd heard of it. I'm not all over social media really a lot. It's really hard for me to keep up on all of it, but I love being here on YouTube, so that is usually where I'm most active. So I saw the Airstrait on Lisa's channel, and she kind of did a little quick review, and really that was my introduction to it. And I still had a lot of questions. She liked it, and I trust her opinion, but I just need a lot of details. I need more information. So I watched several videos to get as much information as I could, and I thought, because of my hair journey and all of the damage that I've caused to it, at this point, I was willing to pretty much pay anything to attempt to get healthier hair. And I know that the Dyson is expensive. That is true. A lot of the hot tools run around $100, I'd say. And, you can get some for less and some for more. But this one definitely is a lot more. And because my hair health is so important to me now, and because I've damaged it for so many years, I was willing to make that investment. I know that that is not for everyone, and not everyone can do that as well. Something else that Lisa had recommended down in her notes was, she had the Ulta link and use your points. Well, I'm not a big makeup person, so I, shop at Ulta, and I have 2 daughters as well, and so we get a lot of things there. Well, I had accumulated a lot of points that I guess I never used, so I was able to use a lot of points to basically get this for half off, and so that was great. And I know also, not everyone has that luxury as well, but that was my case. So, on to the review. Okay, and so when using this, obviously this is my very first time using it. I didn't want to time myself. I didn't want to have any kind of pressure. I didn't even know if I was going to post this. So I kind of just did it for myself to reflect and just see how it went. And so, using the Dyson, it was actually nice. When you first turn it on, it kind of walks you through a set of instructions on here, English and setting Celsius or Fahrenheit. And then they do have a quick start guide, which is helpful, but it's kind of like any tool. You just have to, get used to using it. I was super clumsy using the blow dryer and round brush when I started that, and super clumsy using the air roller brush. I don't even know what it's called at first. So this was my very first time using it, and so this is very much a first impression. And the thing that I would like to point out that is the most different thing about this is that this doesn't use hot plates. It just uses the heat. So, it's almost to eliminate a flat iron completely. And I will say that after I was done, I have the tendency to want to flat iron my ends because they are frizzy and frayed because they're damaged. So I am not going to do that because I actually feel it is straight enough. For me, I did put a little bit of Moroccan oil, just a tad in after, which I did kind of all the normal things I would do anytime I blow dry my hair, because I wanted to give a fair comparison for me on if this would be acceptable to replace my blow dryer and flat iron. And so my conclusion is yes. For a very first time using this, I think it did really good. I will only get better at this, and my hair will only get healthier. And so I think that for me, this is going to be a great tool. It straightens it enough that it doesn't bug me, that I don't have to go over it with a flat iron. And that alone is going to save my hair. Another thing is it has the temperature settings on here. I actually use the Diva Curl blow dryer, and it doesn't have heat settings. I don't know what the heat is. And even my flat iron, which I think is the T3 flat iron, doesn't have, I don't know what heat settings it is. I usually try to put it on like 3 or 4 dots, which probably is more heat than this. And I know that the flat irons are more heat. I know that they're bad for you, but when you have curly, or in my case, frizzy hair, I just feel like I have no other choice. That's the only way. You know, unless you can go and get your hair professionally blown out, you know, all the time. And I can't do that. I don't have the time or the money to do that. So, the ease of use with this. So let's talk about the use. It was a little awkward to use in the beginning because, one, I'm used to a flat iron. So I was afraid to put it too close to my head because, you know, because a flat iron, if it's too close to your scalp, will burn. So I'm used to having a little bit of space there, and you really don't have to do that. You can get this all the way up in there, and then even trying to blow dry some parts that, you know, weren't all the way dry, the highest temperature is 285, which isn't that hot. So a lot of times I could hold my hair, I could stand it just fine. It wasn't too bad. And if my hair started getting too hot, I would stop, and I know like that hair's done, you know, hot to the touch. And so, you know, that might help my hair as well. And again, I'm not a hair professional. This is just my, you know, this is just my review and input as a rookie hair person. And so, and again, this is just my first time using this, and I've never held it. I've never seen it before in person. This is my very first day. It just came in the mail yesterday, and I was like, oh, perfect. I need to wash my hair anyway, so let me try it. And so, yeah, so it was fun to try out, and I got better at the controls, obviously, as time went by. So I can see with, you know, weekly use of this that that'll be second nature soon. And I'm so excited because I'm just so happy that maybe I'm going to have something that isn't going to damage my hair, but give me the finished look that I am going for. That is my hope. So, so the clipping, another thing that was odd to me, if you're an avid flat iron user, that it doesn't open that big. It stays pretty close, and I think that's to make you not use as much hair. I would think I was fine with the amount. Since I am an avid flat ironer, I kind of did the exact same thing that I always do, so that was pretty natural to me. And I was really tempted to put my finger in there and see how hot it was, but you know, it says 285 on there, so I was like, nah, I don't want to burn my hand right now. But it has directed heat flow here. And I love that it just like seems to change speeds too. It seems to change speeds. It goes off when you set it down. There's a LED screen here that lets you know what mode you're on and kind of what's going on, which is really great. And yeah, so I actually really enjoyed this. And in the video you could see I kept brushing like I would. I actually normally would use a comb. So when I flat iron, I take the comb and do kind of the same thing. I'll go with the flat iron and a comb like that. I didn't use the comb. I don't know. I didn't feel the need, but I did use the brush, and maybe that's not even necessary. So again, this is just, you know, my first time through with this and just doing the best that I can. I'm sure I'll get better at it. But I just wanted to do this review in case, you know, it is something that you are looking into and you're wondering, you know, does it work? Does it not? Why is it so much better than a flat iron? You know, and I don't get anything from Dyson or anyone else who sells it. I am just a lady who has severely damaged hair and wants to have nice hair. So I think this is just a 2-in-1. For the first time through, I wouldn't say it would. For my first time through, compared to the other ways of straightening out my hair with a round brush and blow dryer, or the blow dryer round brush in one, to me this was easier because it is just easier to manage and you really just want to keep it straight. So, you know, with the round brush thing, you got to kind of always move it. And of course, with the blow dryer and round brush, you're doing kind of two things at once, and that's even harder. And those give great looks. They're great, and that's completely different. I would say, obviously, my hair is shinier with those because it's a lot more heat, a lot more tension. But I think that once my hair gets healthy, that it will be silkier. So, you know, my hair is pretty dry and it's damaged. And so I am hoping that in the long term, this tool makes me have gorgeous silky hair. So that is just my quick review and 2 cents on the Dyson Airstrait. I hope that this was helpful to you in some way. I just wanted to put it out there, and you know, like I said, in case you are someone who's on the line or has severely damaged hair and is wondering like, what's the big deal about this? And again, I just think it's the less heat damage that is what ultimately made me buy it. I was like, if there is a way I can straighten out my hair with less damage, I knew over time that that was the key to getting better hair. So hopefully this was helpful for you. If I left out any information or you have any questions that I could answer, I am not a hair professional. In fact, quite the opposite. I'm a bit of a hair destroyer, trying to get better, trying to learn. And so, you know, go ahead and leave any comments or questions down there, and maybe we could have a discussion and help each other on how to get better. Also, if you know something more about this or something I was doing wrong in the video, then let me know. Again, this was my very, very first time using this, and I don't know a whole lot about it, but I feel like I'll get better at it as we go. So thank you so much for dropping in and checking this video out. I do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day.